a girl named Jen wakes up on a deserted island and no one knows where it is. She sees her friend Brad on the beach, but a coral reef injures his belly and makes him a huge wound. So, Jen pulls him to the beach to save him. She tries to wake him up and then takes a coral reef from Brad's belly. Brad is alive but feels pain and thirsty, so Jen goes quickly to break a coconut to drink Brad its water. Unfortunately, when Jen comes back to Brad, she finds that he has died, and she becomes very sad. By the way, Jen was on a cruise with her boyfriend Lucas, their friend Brad, and his girlfriend Mia, and the last one was Zach, but the launch drowned them all, and Jen found herself on this island after the waves moved her towards it. Now, Jen is walking on the island to discover it, but she's surprised that there is a bag on a tree. When Jen opens it, she finds personal belongings inside it. Also, she finds an ice tank, so she opens it and finds soft drinks inside. Plus, she finds a matchbox, but there are few matches in it. Jen finds other bags of children's toys and books, so she knows that there was a family on the island a while ago, but they surely died. After that, Jen covers up Brad's body on the beach, but shortly after, the sky is raining heavily, so Jen hides from the rain inside a hollow tree until the rain calms down. On the second day, Jen wakes up and becomes hungry, so she walks to the beach to look for food. She finds some dead fish on the beach, so she takes one of them. At this moment, Jen is surprised when she sees half of a dead shark on the beach, and the other half of it has been eaten. But Jen doesn't care, and guesses that there is a more ferocious fish that ate this shark. After that, Jen tries to eat the fish after cutting it with a sharp stone. After a while, Jen finds a strange place on the island, and it seems that it is a cemetery for the people who were on the island before. So she gets worried and thinks of Brad then. She goes and pulls his body to bury him under the sand. In the evening, it's very cold, so Jen lights the matches to keep warm. On the third day, Jen is surprised that Brad's grave is open, and his body isn't there. It appears that there was an animal or a creature that kidnapped the body and ate it. At night, Jen stays awake by the wood fire until the next morning, so she doesn't end up like Brad and gets kidnapped while she is sleeping. On the fourth day, Jen swims in the ocean and dives to the bottom, but finds a deep and wide hole at the bottom. Jen is very surprised and doesn't know what is hidden inside this, so she gets out of the ocean quickly and goes back to the island. In the evening, Jen hears a flying plane, then she brings a flare gun and fires it into the sky so that they can see and save her. Unfortunately, the plane has already gone, and they don't notice Jen, and suddenly, Jen finds a huge and terrifying creature coming out of the water. As he gets close to her, Jen runs and hides inside the hollow tree so that this creature doesn't see her. After that, this creature starts looking for anything to eat on the island. This explains to Jen that he was the one who ate half of the shark and kidnapped Brad's body as well, and surely this creature lives inside that deep hole. But fortunately for Jen, the creature can't find her and returns to the ocean again. On the fifth day, Jen brings her bag that the waves had moved to the beach. It isn't a leather bag and it can float on the surface of the water, so Jen can use it as a boat to cross the ocean. But unfortunately, she fails to do that and falls into the ocean. Jen gets annoyed and comes back to the island again. At night, this creature comes out again from the ocean and goes to the island to look for food, so Jen hides in the tree. But this creature begins to move the tree because he feels that there is someone hiding inside. Jen is so afraid of him and is about to be killed, but surprisingly, the creature walks and leaves her before breaking the rest of the tree, and he returns to the ocean again. On the sixth day, Jen comes out from the tree after most of it is broken and goes to the beach to hunt some fish. Jen hunts a group of small fish, then she cuts these fish and throws them in the water to hunt a big one. After all of this, Jen finds a large fish and hunts it with a wooden spear. On the seventh day, Jen notices a dead body and goes to see who he is. She finds that he is Zach, who was with them on the cruise, but with half a body, and Jen knows that this terrifying creature ate it. Jen takes the chance and pulls his body to the beach, then hangs it with a rope on the tree to make a meal for the creature and to leave Jen. In the evening, the terrifying creature comes out of the ocean and goes to eat the body. But unfortunately, Jen hears another plane and becomes angry because she can't shoot a fire and because this creature is looking for her. And if Jen shoots fire, he will see and eat her immediately. So she doesn't take a risk and does this. On the eighth day, Jen makes a high bed between the trees so that she can sleep safely, and the creature can't kill her when he returns to the island at night because Jen will sleep higher than him and can't reach her. At night, Jen sleeps on the bed that she made. Shortly after, the creature comes out of the water to look for her, but finds her on this bed. He starts shaking the trees in which the ropes of the bed are fixed. Jen starts screaming until she falls to the ground and runs before he catches her, but the creature chases her and unfortunately catches her. He causes injuries to her body and pushes her to the trees. Then, Jen gets hurt and faints. But the strange thing is that the creature leaves her again and returns to the ocean again. On the 9th day, Jen swims in the ocean to treat her body wounds with the water. While Jen is on the beach, she finds a small boat in front of her, so she swims to see who is inside and finds that they are her lover Lucas and her friend Mia. Jen pulls the boat to the beach and gives them food and drinks. It seems that they haven't eaten or drunk for a long time. Then Jen says that they have to sail by the boat to leave the island immediately because they will be in danger if they sit here. Jen tells them about the creature that appears to her every night from the water. Also, she shows some pictures that she found on the island that were taken by the people who were on the island for this creature before they were eaten one after the other. And the last one on the island was the person who buried the remains of their bodies. But Lucas and Mia don't believe her, and they want to stay on the island to eat and drink. They think that they are safer on the island than in the ocean, and tell Jen that they were lost in the ocean inside a boat and didn't have food or drink, and says that the danger on the ocean is more than on the island, but Jen is so angry with them. On the 10th day, Jen sees them sitting on the beach, so she takes her food and drink and walks carefully to take the boat to leave the island. But unfortunately, Mia and Lucas see her, so they go and pull her again and bring her back to the beach. In the evening, Lucas blames Jen while Mia is with them and tells her that she is selfish because she wants to leave them and run away. But Jen tells him that if he sees the creature that appeared to her, he will know why she did this. When Mia sees that they fight each other, she goes to the beach, and suddenly, the terrifying creature comes out of the ocean, and he attacks Mia as she screams. So, Lucas runs and tries to beat the creature to save Mia, but the creature hits him aggressively. Lucas can't do anything because the creature is so strong, and then the terrifying creature takes Mia underwater to eat her. On the 11th day after all that happened, Lucas believes what Jen said, and they decide to leave the island as soon as possible. They start preparing food and drink for themselves to take with them on the boat and sail to the west because they may find dry land there, especially since this was the direction of the 2 planes that Jen had seen before. They take the boat to start their journey, but shortly after, the claws of the creature attack the boat and he tries to drown them. Then, he manages to enter with his head inside the boat. Lucas uses the flare gun and fires at the creature, and this shot causes burns and pain to the creature. So this terrifying creature dives again into the ocean, but he appears again, kidnaps Jen, and takes her to the depths of the ocean to enter his hole. Fortunately, Jen has a small knife with her by chance, so she keeps stabbing his body until she escapes from him. Suddenly, this terrifying creature sees Lucas while he is under the water to save Jen from him. Meanwhile, the creature attacks him and kidnaps Lucas to his hole, but Jen manages to escape and return to the beach again. Jen is feeling so sad about the death of Lucas and all her friends, and she decides to kill this creature by herself. So she cuts wood from many trees and makes a trap for him, and at night, the creature comes out of the ocean and goes towards the trap that Jen made. He tries to catch her, but Jen sets fire to kill him. Then she hits him with a wooden stick, but he hits her hard, and she falls to the ground. So Jen tries to run away from him, but the creature runs after her until he catches her and lifts her up. At this time, Jen uses her knife and keeps stabbing him in his heart, and he is forced to let her go because he gets badly hurt. Then, Jen runs from him, but the creature also runs after her until they meet face to face at the beach. But as soon as the creature starts attacking her, he falls to the ground and is dying because the injuries he has on his body caused him to die. But Jen takes advantage of the situation, and she stabs him multiple times in his body until he completely dies. Jen manages to get rid of the creature, but the desolate island still holds her as a captive, with no clear escape in sight. Thanks for tuning in. A thumbs up would be amazing because I've got some bills to pay.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right?